Our life has changed forever. It has darkened because our light has left.
Emotional.
When you see pictures of Amerie and her friends on the news, you should know they didn't get buried looking sweet and happy like their photos. Some were missing limbs, some had holes in their tiny chests.
Gut-wrenching.
Teacher lay shielding several children as best she could. She and the children are all dead.
Heartbreaking testimony on the floor of the House Judiciary Committee today. The purpose of the meeting was to help craft bipartisan solutions to the gun violence in America.
There's only one solution for my friends across the aisle, and that is to emasculate the Second Amendment and remove guns from legal, lawful, and law-abiding citizens.
May not anyone's masculinity be connected to slaughter of children in our country.
But like most meetings of Congress, Democrats and Republicans didn't agree on much. The GOP and their witnesses focusing their testimony on Second Amendment rights, the need for religion in schools, and absentee fathers being the root causes of gun violence, while Democrats asked for what they call common sense gun reform and lessening the accessibility of assault weapons.
It is so important to be here and to speak and have my sister's voice heard.
Faith says she knows this is a divisive subject, but having people on both sides of the aisle hear her story may give them an idea of what these mass casualty events do to people and their families.
But at the end of the day, no one's really going to understand unless you put yourself in our shoes or if you've been in it.
A sobering start to a 76-page lawsuit. 10-year-old Eliana Torres' last words to her mom, Sandra: "I love you so much." The softball lover was one of the 21 killed May 24th, and now her mother is suing the city of Uvalde, UCISD police, gun manufacturer Daniel Defense, Oasis Outback, where the shooter purchased the gun, and several other entities.
The overall approach to our lawsuit is with one goal in mind, is to make sure that Eliana didn't die in vain.
The first lawsuit produced from the mass shooting was filed in September by families of 3 children who survived. They too filed suit against law enforcement and the gun maker. Both lawsuits allege negligence and name several members of DPS and the Uvalde Police Department as defendants.
It was a complete failure, we're alleging, from the inaction of the community. The people that take this oath should have done more, and that's what we're alleging.
The lawsuit points to what attorney David Lopez calls marketing ploys by Daniel Defense, the company that manufactured the shooter's rifle, saying the mass shooting was, quote, enabled by the illegal, reckless, and negligent actions of the company. We reached out to Daniel Defense, but have yet to hear back. The suit, citing several examples of promotions from the company they say pander to younger audiences, including this snippet of a video that depicts military and law enforcement operations and gear encouraging civilians to, quote, use what they use, or like this post where the company tags a popular warfare video game. And there's the company's Instagram post from early 2020, rap musician Post Malone posing with one of their weapons. Lopez says they aren't clear just yet on what they're seeking for damages. First and foremost, he says, they want accountability.
This is a long, tedious road for us, and we're ready to plot it. And that's basically it. It's really about the loss of life. And that's so important not to forget.
Spoke with Velma Lisa Duran, who lost her sister Irma Garcia in the mass shooting. Of course, she was one of the teachers in classroom 112. Days later, Joe Garcia passed from grief. That's Irma's husband and the brother-in-law of Velma. Now, Velma's part of the group of people asking for House Resolution 1808 to be passed in the Senate. The bill was passed by the House over the summer and would make it a crime to import, sell, manufacture, transfer, or possess a semi-automatic assault weapon.
I'm here to fight. I need to make sure that my sister's death doesn't go in vain, that these beautiful little angels' death does not go in vain.
Those in opposition to the bill say it's unconstitutional, and Duran says if the bill does not move forward, they are prepared to keep fighting for something to change.
It's just very hard. It's extremely hard where I haven't even had time to really mourn for my sister and to see my nephews and nieces broken. It's just gonna make me fight stronger.
Duran tells me several of those who made the trip were planning to meet with legislators, and you may recall a ban on assault weapons did pass in Congress back in 1994, but was able to expire 10 years later.